Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? Nadar did a video a couple days ago and asking me some questions, so I'm just going to go ahead and respond to it. Sorry I didn't have a chance to do this sooner. I just been feeling under the weather, so it's kicking my butt just a little. So let's go ahead and get into the video and respond to Nadar's question. Before we get started, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button. And if you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. You can follow me over on other platforms. I do have my own group over on Facebook called Pimpy's Investment Chat. Over here, we do talk about gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, as well as foreign currency investments. So head on over here and join us. It's free to do so. In here, I do post updates. If I should get on suspension from YouTube or get removed from YouTube and you want to know what happened to me, I'll let you know right here in this group. I can be found on Twitter, MeWe, YouTube, and the cool thing about YouTube, if you come over here and you join and you find my channel, I got videos going back, I believe, a couple years. So if you want to see some older videos that I have on Nasera, Jacera, gold, silver, cryptos, come on over here and join. Look me up and check out my videos. You can also find me on Odyssey, catch me on Rumble. When I say that the links for all these are down below in the description, some of you don't know what I'm talking about. It's real simple. Just go down to the bottom right here of any of my videos. See this? This is the description. Hit show more. And there are all the links to all the platforms I just spoke about. So if you do want to head on over to Money Middles, just click it. And there you are. So come on over. Join us. I look forward to having you. You like that old Iraqi dinar banknote with Saddam Hussein's face on there? Okay, let's listen to Nadar. Hear what he's got to say.
Good morning, my friends. Nadar from Middle East back. All right, listen to this. I have a question. I have a couple of questions, actually. The first one, it goes to Pimpy. Pimpy, I know he's going to listen to my video and he's going to put a towel on my head and all that stuff. All right? Anyway.
I like that Nadar is preparing for my response. But why he chose I would put a towel on his head, I don't know. I'm not sure why he chose that particular response, but very funny.
Make me laugh, dude. On the 1st of January, Pimpy, when the dollar disappear, we're not going to say disappear, I mean, we'll be out of the market, out of the streets. You think a guy like me is going to take himself and go to a store or I don't know, anything. Example, buy a TV, okay? TV is gonna cost me, say, it's not like over here, it's more expensive than here, so TV is three, say a cheap TV over here is $600, over there it's $1,800, all right? You think, if you exchange that money with the Iraqi dinar, you think I'm gonna walk around with all that dinar in my pockets? Doesn't make any sense, Pimpy. Think about what I said. When we told you no currency coming out, it is. When we told you the rate will change, it is. Now, it depends how it's gonna go. If they continue to attack the embassy and they continue to bullshit, do all that bullshit over there, things can can slow down things. All that bullshit can slow down things. All right? But here's my expectation. I can be wrong, I can be right, I can be wrong. My expectation, the 1st of January, would be no more dinar. A couple of days later, a week later, no currency will come out, and maybe 2 or 3 days later, a rate will come out. That's my strategy. That's what I think. All right? Now, whatever happens is going to happen. But everybody's asking me, what's going on? What's the news? The news, you will see it on the 1st of January. What's going on exactly? They already gave you a date. I told you the 1st of January we'll be out of the dollar, I'm sorry. I mean, we will not work with the dollar anymore in Iraq, and that's what's slowing down all this process. It's people still using the dollar in Iraq. Even me, I use the dollar in Iraq. When I was there last week, I used the dollar in Iraq. Why? Because it's a lot easier. Smaller, you don't carry a lot, you carry 500, 600, 700 with you, 1,000 maximum, and you're gone. Now, if I didn't have the dollar and I have the dinar, for me to carry $1 million in 310 or say 100, 1,580,000 would be a lot in my pockets. And listen, we still use a lot of cash. Even if you see digital things coming out, cards and all that, cash always king. All right, Nadar from Middle East, and I put a video. It was a nice meeting in Dubai with the, and I think their bank, the World Bank and the Reserve. So listen to it and let me know what you think.
Okay, it's a good thing I speak Nadar, and I'll translate for you. You know, I think I heard Militia Man use the same analogy almost, but he used gum. His point was, if you're carrying around a 250 dinar banknote and you want to buy a pack of gum, do you have to buy all 250 dinars worth of gum, or how are you going to get your change? Because you'd be forced to carry around a bunch of wads of banknotes to make purchases. You know, Nader's saying the same thing about a television. Once they get rid of the US dollar, how are they supposed to make a purchase buying TVs? Are they supposed to carry around these big old wads of dinars in their pocket in order to make these purchases? Well, you know, it's the answer is simple. What have you guys been doing for the past 20 years? Understand that the US dollar has been there, but not everybody uses the US dollar. There are people out there who use the Iraqi dinar. So when they go to buy gum or television or cars or anything for that matter, and they want to purchase it, and if they're not using the ATM card, the only other way they can make a purchase is by using the dinar banknotes. Well, how did you guys make your purchases over the past 20 years? You're going to do it the same way. So if that means you're going to be carrying around big wads of Iraqi banknotes, then that's how you make your purchases. So I get the thinking behind this. Oh, if we get rid of the US dollar, then people are going to be forced to use the dinar, and it takes a lot more dinar banknotes than it does US dollars to make purchases there. It's a pain in the butt. So to avoid all that, they're going to go ahead and increase the exchange rate. That's the rationale and the thinking behind people saying this. Well, no, that's one of the reasons why they were in a hurry to put in this electronic platform, is so that people would get used to using their ATM cards or their bank cards, whatever you want to call them, to make their purchases and not carry around dinars or dollars. Remember, their goal is to become a cashless society. So the more you use your card, the better. Now, I think that's going to be impossible, in my opinion, because not everybody's warming up to having a bank account. But we'll see. But just because they're doing away with the US dollar has nothing to do with them changing the Iraqi exchange rate. Now, I did say, in my opinion, towards the end of the first quarter, the beginning of the second quarter, you might see a bump in the Iraqi dinar exchange rate, only because of supply and demand. If they do away with using the US dollar and they start using the Iraqi dinar more in country, that's going to strengthen the Iraqi dinar. Plus, there's going to be a much larger demand for the Iraqi dinar because the dollar won't be around anymore for them to use. We'll see. We'll see how strict they are about that. Because you remember, Zimbabwe made the same move where they said you can no longer use US dollars in country, and they still continued to use the US dollar. They didn't stop. I think Iraq's going to be a lot more serious than Zimbabwe about this, but we're going to see. We're going to see what happens. But you're not going to see no new currency come out, not yet. And you're not going to see them change the exchange rate, not yet. Remember, they put together a 3-year budget, and that 3-year budget was calculated using the exchange rate of 1,310 dinars. This means businesses were able to plan in advance, knowing what the exchange rate was going to be, and not have to worry about any fluctuations in the exchange rate. Because if you make a change to the exchange rate, then that means you have to change all your business plans and all your budgeting, and it's really expensive to do that. You can really affect your economy if halfway through the year you all of a sudden change the exchange rate. But in all fairness, whenever they make changes to the exchange rate, it's usually done at the end of the fiscal year or the beginning of the fiscal year. So what's working in Iraq's favor is we're coming into a new year. If you're going to make the exchange rate change, you're going to do it now. This way, then, businesses can plan for the rest of the year with their budgets using the proper exchange rate. But like I've been saying, it's not going to pop up to anything major. It's just not going to happen. They're going to do it in increments. And there's no need for a new currency. They still can use the banknotes that they got. You forget there's 50,000 dinar notes that are out there in circulation. You only need 20 of them to make 1 million dinars, you know. So I get the point people are trying to make. Look, are these people going to be carrying around big wads of cash in order to make purchases? Yeah, if they want to make the purchase, that's how they're going to do it. That's how they've been doing it for the past 20 years. The electronic platform, of course, is going to help them avoid carrying around big wads of cash. That's one of the purposes for it, so that people didn't feel uncomfortable walking around with big old pockets full of dinar banknotes. But it's necessary if you want to make purchases and you don't have a electronic card. Like I said, they've been doing it for 20 years. Nothing's changed. And a huge portion of Iraq's population were not banking. They're not fans of the bank, and with good reason. So we're a couple weeks away from the end of this year, going into the year 2024. We'll find out what's going to happen over there in Iraq real soon, all right? So I hope that answers your question. Nothing's going to change. Just because they go away from using the US dollar doesn't mean they're going to change the exchange rate, whip out new dinars or anything like that. There's no indication out there whatsoever. They would have been already preparing people for that. What they are preparing people for is a stronger Iraqi dinar. Obviously, the stronger the dinar gets, the stronger the economy gets, then it adds more value. But you guys keep forgetting, they rely way too much on oil revenues for their budget. That has got to change before you can really make any major changes to the Iraqi dinar's exchange rate. So, I hope that answers your questions. Let me know what you think. I look forward to hearing from you. I'm out.